kind of what I was saying the other day when we did the show. And I was saying I think that it was bothersome to people in the corporate space, corporate America, when it became so politically correct. Like, I think a lot of them felt like they almost had to tiptoe around gay rights. And, you got the sheet, how do you identify? You got all that stuff at the end of your signature, email. You know what I'm saying?
Guys meeting you off the Western Highway just before the other day. You got any friends who totally overreact when you say something? Well, my friend Avi's kind of like that. A few years ago, I told him there was a warrant out on him, and he goes, like stealing food from trash cans, talking to the trees, sharking at the squirrels type hermit. I know guys who go into hiding and going to treat as their golf club. The cops are not that smart or motivated. Schwartzman, he's reluctantly agreed to help us tune into the Pacific Standard Frequency. So give him the transponder.
So you think that's why
I've packed silence pistols and sniper rifles in your D-packs.
Right. Yeah. Wait, not they were carrying immigrants. Hold on. Now, hold on now.
Are you serious?
Okay, what does CNN did for?
Yeah, what does CNN do?
Okay, slight change of plans. So, it would appear that some of Avi's paranoia might have been somewhat justified. Our call got picked up. They came after him and he ran. Now he's holed up in a hut on some small island off the coast, surrounded by about 20 government agents. Much as I'd love to hang him out to dry, he's our only shot at this. Well, it's kind of our fault, so I've sent you to a place on the innocent road. Pick up some sea sharks and get out to the island.
There was a lot of them that trying to, keep peace and call that shit and be like, well, Madison, we can't invalidate their trans this or invalidate. And it's just like, I was not trying to invalidate. Mm-hmm. It's, girl, a big razor is a dollar. A big razor is a dollar. I'm sorry. If I walk into a motherfucking bathroom, bitch, and I'm a trainee, and bitch, I see a motherfucker coming out there with a bearded, I'm gonna be like, of course we look for it, but the motherfucker in there standing over the same shape. Yeah. And which made me try to make sure that I said out of my mouth and say it. Thank you. Thank you, Sharonda. I'm gonna look at it. Which makes me say come out of my mouth to say this right here, Freddie. We respect you being transgender. Mm-hmm. We believe that you're transgender. Your presentation to the public that ain't caught up with stuff yet ain't matching what you believe. I didn't tell you that you had to be this glamazon ass bitch. Or this goddamn overly pussy, this real pussy, real cunt, real bitch. I didn't say you had to be this. Yeah. But bitch, you need to give something.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate. That's essentially what your gay mother was saying to you in the beginning. How do we know these people aren't in the beginning of their transition?
Fred, in the beginning.
When she was telling you, you think this is fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how...
In the beginning, you had better understand that I knew I didn't feel I was a prig, but I damn sure went in the club with no people and no dress, saying that I'm a trainee.
Right.
I damn sure wasn't trying to kill the cunt. And didn't have my motherfucker, and didn't have my bra.
Right.
I didn't say I was gonna give the cunt, and then have the bitch. I knew I needed to take that estradiol shot. I knew I needed that estradiol.
Right. Do you think that trans identity became trendy for some?
I believe that, Just like motherfucking, what's that whole name? That got that tight ass bitch, Ruth. Just that nigga did that shit for a fetish.
Really?
That nigga mind was tore up and did that shit for a fetish. Because if you did that, if you was a real trainee, and it ain't no way possible, bitch, that you'll be moving like a white man. Ain't no way possible that you be moving like a white man. But your financial privilege, that bitch financial privilege.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Made that bitch say, I'm gonna go ahead on and fulfill my fetish. I done fucked this bitch and I had a bunch of kids already. I got all the kids I need. Now I wanna get fucked in my motherfucking ass. Or I done been watching transsexuals all my motherfucking life. So bitch, now I wanna go down here and get me a motherfucking pussy. So I can know what it feel like to get fucked in the pussy and to be desired as a fucking woman. I do believe that it was most definitely a sexual fetish. Do you know how many white men that I done dated as a prostitute bitch that had all those things of like getting up and dragging, want to be humiliated and walk in the street?
Right,
And those were fetishes, and I do believe that nigga's fetish got a hold of her. And when her fetish got a hold of that bitch, she stayed in it. And cut her motherfucking little dick ass, her little dick off, because I'm sure it was a little dick.
You think she had a?
I think that whole dick was love.
You think she had surgery?
Yeah, that bitch had the surgery. I think that whole dick was love. And the bitch motherfucking had the operation. Yeah, wanted to wear stockings and shit. And bitch clothes. And wanted to know what it feel like to be moved as a woman. Went down there and got that big dick black nigga that she was fucking around with it first. Bust her pussy hole open in her ass. And now the bitch back being a doctor. That bitch don't never want no street. That bitch don't ever want no street motherfucking wordplay with me, bitch. That whole, I would cuss the bunions off their whole feet. Just the bunions off that pussy ass nigga feet. Because, bitch, there's no way that you can call yourself a trainee and still lean to the way that you lean in.
Yeah. Because I just think it's ultra inconsiderate of how she votes, how she tweets, how she speaks out, because it can be dangerous to other trans people, especially if she really does identify as trans. You know, because when you think about her story,
I believe in that bitch mind. That bitch is a trainee, but that bitch was a cross dresser.
because she lived as a white man.
That bitch was a transvestite. And bitch, if somebody cut this video, because I know they done cut plenty of my videos up and sent it to you, bitch. And I know they have. Because bitch, we were supposed to have a booking together one day, and that bitch found out I was there. That bitch was like, nope.
Really?
Yep. Bitch, I wasn't booked no more.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Okay.
But, bitch, you know your motherfucking ass didn't want to be the face of it. You feel me? But you was the cracker. And bitch, because Laverne was out there in these streets going hard in the paint. And it was Laverne. Bitch, they doing that like Laverne, because Laverne can eloquently speak. Laverne is extremely knowledgeable about the shit that she be motherfucking talking about, bitch. And Laverne can appeal to the white people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When that motherfucking hoe came out there and put that damn dress on, and we were trying to figure out what the fuck that bitch name was gonna be, when they put that bitch in that dress and put that pussy ass hoe on the cover of that Vanity Fair, it reset the order of things.
Yeah.
It reset the order and it put it back to Crocker.
Yeah.
It put it back into how they wanted it to be lined up. Look, it's a nigga with a hard E, hard R. When that white bitch got in that motherfucking
Woman of the Year.
Woman of the Year and put that bitch on Vanity Fair and gave that bitch 2 seasons of that raglan ass motherfucking show and had all those black girls back there in the back like they was yes 'em. I'd have cussed the bunions off that bitch feet.
Come on. Let's go meet you back at your place. And don't
That bitch would be that bitch. Listen, if that bitch ever get into a motherfucking verbal battle with me, that bitch would have to eat Wheaties for a month, bitch, to prepare herself for me. Then she went out there and ran them motherfucking people over, killed them people dead.
Kill them people dead.
Motherfucking died. All that shit right there falls on the white privilege, and she can't help it that she's a cracker. She can't help it. But you can't help that you white. We understand that, but don't move like a cracker. If you can't help that you white, that's okay. Yeah. But don't move like a cracker. That bitch move like a cracker. It's a difference in between moving white as a white person maneuvering through and understanding your position, understanding your white privilege, understanding that you can get into spaces that other people can't get. Understanding that there's a difference between white people maneuvering through those spaces. But then it's another thing when a cracker do. And that bitch is a cracker playing pussy horse phone game that suck black dick just like the tired ass, car trash shit ass motherfucking hoes who built their whole career and built their whole motherfucking legacy off of black cock. Yeah. And demonize every nigga that they done fuck with. Demonize every nigga that they done fuck with to make them the enemy, and they motherfucking raggedy goddamn strip ass pussy is done move through here with 99 seasons of that tired ass show, them whole eating salad and throwing motherfucking goddamn sparkling water on each other. Oh my god. And you at the Met Gala. Regular ass bitch. And the thing about it is, the niggas with hard E, hard R's still got them bitches in business. Mm-hmm. Cause you fantasize about that motherfucking lifestyle them pussy assholes you instead of looking at it's so much stuff Craig that you say that I be like, girl, if we could support black or we could support the shit like niggas was saying, I ain't watching the T.S. Master of the Spirit, bitch. I ain't relate to that home. Right. Bitches went to talk about, I ain't watching polls no more because bitch, that don't got nothing to do with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you sitting up there watching them trash can pussy ass motherfucking hoes that's on 99 and seasons, bitch. I don't want to see nothing with them bitch ass niggas no more. Right.
Yeah.
You gave their mama dad in 2 seasons. That bitch ran out there, ran them people over, got in the car and walked back. Oh my God, are they dead?
Yeah.
Oh God, are they dead? You done did a whole 152 car pile up on the damn interstate, bitch. Driving in Texas, trying to figure out, bitch, what day was your facial feminization on, bitch. Confirming your facial feminization search, pussy ass, crack ass hole. And bitch, you get up here, you stand up there with them people and talk about how, bitch, and try to sway people who followed you to vote for this person that did not have none of our best interests in fucking goddamn in their mind. That's why we don't fuck with you, bitch ass nigga. That's why. Bitch, you not no motherfucking damn trans, real training. Bitch, you's a cross-dresser that got caught. You's a cross-dresser that got caught in a pair of lace motherfucking panties, bitch. And they got them $10,000 wig on your fucking head, bitch, on some clip-ins, puss-ass motherfucking ugly-ass, Janice out-ass bitch. And that was another motherfucker that stood up there and speaking out and speaking in the space of, oh, well, you know, well, here's the thing about it. I think that when they're trans kids and they're listening over and the shit, you stand up there saying all that fucking shit that them pussy assholes want to hear. You's a bitch ass nigga. You can retreat back to your fucking mansion, bitch. You can retreat back to that with some shit going down. That's all I gotta say about this shit.
It was a lot.
It was. But we're here. Right. Craig, we're here now. Yeah. It ain't we trying to convince a motherfucker not to get here. We're here now. Hi, guys. We're here. This is where we at now. We at people over here getting the gender marker snatched down off of the damn. And a lot of them girls don't know how to handle that.
Right.
Bitch, they don't know how to handle that. And them bitches, that letter don't make me bitch. It's because the face is fish, bitch.
Right.
My gay mama told me, bitch, you got get you a gay cop that's gonna tell you bitches the pussy started in the face. Bitch, when I throw my motherfucking ID out before I even had all that shit changed on my motherfucking driver's license and all that other shit, bitch. And listen, because if it changed back, I don't give a fuck. I've been moving like this bitch since the Reagan administration. I don't give a fuck. A lot of them girls ain't gonna know how to handle pressure or how to handle that real life ass fucking pressure. They ain't built for that. A lot of these bitches ain't never had no street. They ain't never had to walk the street, bitch, so they don't know how to be no fucking thug.
Right. Yeah.
They ain't never been thrown into no shit where they have to be like really survive. They ain't got no thug in them. So they don't know how to survive.
And she helped put them in harm's way.
Yes. Some of these hoes know how to do is TikTok. All these hoes know how to do is to comb their hair on the motherfucking YouTube channel and transition. They don't know nothing about this shit. And then they think skin tough.
Right.
You know how much magic shake I've been on this face, bitch? Bitch, you can't penetrate this. And so this why it was important. It was important for this pussy asshole to sit your big athlete's foot fast acting to naked and put having ass down, bitch. That bitch should have sat down. And any bitch that was on any motherfucking platform making it where we were supposed to be there.
Girl, my stomach always just goes up.
We mentally insane or just making a pussy. If you weren't standing on that shit, bitch, in any motherfucking platform that you was on, bitch, you definitely participated in what we got going on now. Too many of you hoes was coddling them bitches. I look at everybody. But too many of you hoes was coddling them bitches and telling motherfucking hoes, bitch, that it was okay for them to have got there to have a 5 o'clock, 9:30, 10:30 ass shadow on their face, bitch. It's okay, you real. No. Ask your auntie, bitch, you a brick. And it's okay that you be a motherfucking brick, but bitch, know where you need to stand. Know where you need to be till you get your shit together. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There was a lot of old school need to have slid in there and handled that. Because old school would have had a lot of you hoes pussy. Now, I know you young hoes will be somewhere writing, well, TS is against it. No, TS is not. We're here now. And you're crying. We're here now, bitch. Now we're here. And on day one, you see what they were doing. You see what the plan was. You see all that on day one. Anyway, bitch, I get mad every time I think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's it. We doing a show again next week again?
Yeah,
Before we go to St. Louis. St. Louis, we have a few tickets left.
All right, let's talk.
St. Louis, I said we got a few tickets left.
we do.
This is just about the best gig I ever had. Sure as hell beats the Army.
Somebody said, please speak to non-binary people instead of just placing an expectation on us that we listen. Listen. I don't know the non-binary experience. I don't know that. I don't know the non-binary. I am a transgender woman. I don't know the non-binary experience. I know that the non-binary people ain't trans. They ain't. They non-binary. And so if they androgynous and they got on They got on whatever the fuck they got on. Don't group them when they're with us. I don't give a fuck.
What is gender non-conforming?
Miss Lawrence.
So you don't identify as male or female?
She said she gender non-conforming.
Right. So does that mean you don't identify with male or female?
I guess.
Okay, so how is gender non-conforming different from non-binary?
Well, I don't know.
Neither do I.
I think that I don't know. So I'm not an expert in that. All I know is this.
Or are they one and the same?
You said non-binary does not identify with either.
So then what is gender non-conforming? That's the same thing. They're one and the same. Okay, they're saying it's the same thing.
Well, I don't know. I do know that there are a lot of men who are gender non-conforming. Lil Uzi Vert, Gil's very gender non-conforming. Rick James, gay, very gender non-conforming. Prince, gay, very gender non-conforming. Like those people that's gonna wear a boot, a heel, a lash.
I'm about to go.
CeeLo Green,
I'm about to go.
gender non-conforming.
What is it, CeeLo?
Gender non-conforming.
I put CeeLo over there in that same category with Ricky Smiley. Y'all can have him.
Girl, stop it. Who said Kirk Franklin was gender non-conforming? Hush up. That's gay. But Maya, you said step aside, Grant. Step aside. It's gay. Hey everybody, this is T.S. Madison, and if you are trying to grow your business, brand, or product, why not advertise with me? Email me at booktsmadison@gmail.com so that you can get in on our comprehensive advertisement packages. Unique visits, unique subscribers, honey, a broad demographic. Advertise with me today. Quit talking and listen. Get over to my Patreon right now so that you can receive exclusive content from the TS herself. Who you said? The TS. Patreon is filled with one-on-one exclusive.
The average home price in Spain reached an all-time high late last year. More winter storms are expected to hit parts of the US this week. CNN's Alton Chinchar has details on the new weather systems, which could see additional snow and frigid temperatures in some areas which are already impacted by a winter wallop.
Over the weekend, we had that system that slid across portions of the Midwest and the Northeast, dumping a significant amount of snow. A lot of areas picking up at least a half a foot. Now comes a little bit of a break before the next round of systems begins to spread in. Late Monday, we start to see the next system develop over the central U.S., and then by Tuesday, it begins to spread across the Tennessee, Ohio Valley, and eventually into the mid-Atlantic. Then right on the heels of that system, we have our next one, Wednesday, taking shape across the Midwest. That slides over the Great Lakes and spreads that snow right back into the Northeast. Then as we get closer into the upcoming weekend, you've got another system that develops late Friday across the central U.S. before spreading all of that snow and ice across portions of the mid-Atlantic as well as the Northeast. But the southern tier is also going to get in on the action. It's just going to be warmer, so you're just going to see a lot of rain in those areas, but a lot of it. Take a look at this, a huge swath from Louisiana all the way up through the Carolinas at least 3 to 5 inches, but it's not out of the question. Some of these spots could pick up maybe 6 or even 7 inches of rain when it's all said and done by the end of the week. The northern tier, you're looking at widespread of about an additional 4 to 6 inches of snow. Keep in mind, this is on top of what these areas already got this past weekend. And because the temperatures are below average, all of that snow is not going to go anywhere. It's going to stick around and just start to accumulate as all the additional snow comes in. The southern tier, because those temperatures are going to be on the warm side, that's why these areas are just simply going to get rain. But a lot of it, you have a slight risk for excessive rainfall, not only Tuesday, but also Wednesday across portions of the southeast. This includes cities like Atlanta, Birmingham, even stretching back into Shreveport, Louisiana. You look at a forecast, say, for Atlanta, the temperatures are relatively mild, either at or pretty close to the average high with the exception of Tuesday. But look, several days of rain for at least the next week.
Alison, thank you. All major pieces of wreckage from the American Airlines flight, which collided with the military helicopter, has now been recovered from the Potomac River in Washington. 67 people died when the two aircraft collided last month. Investigators say the recovered debris is now being closely examined with hopes that it may reveal what went wrong. Meanwhile, one crash victim, flight attendant Deneza Alder, was remembered Saturday as her remains were flown back to her hometown. Her fellow flight attendants lined up with their flowers to pay their respects. The bodies of 10 victims from an air crash off the coast of western Alaska have been recovered and identified. The plane, with one pilot and 9 passengers, disappeared after takeoff Thursday. The crash site was discovered Friday, southeast of its intended destination. The wreckage of the small Cessna craft is currently on unstable sea ice. Authorities say they'll try to retrieve the wreckage for further analysis when conditions allow. Well, the last surviving Tuskegee Airman has died. Harry Stewart Jr. was among the first black military pilots in the United States. He earned the Distinguished Flying Cross for downing 3 German aircraft during World War II. Stewart was also part of a team of 4 Tuskegee Airmen who won the Air Force Top Gun flying competition in 1949. The Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Museum says Harry Stewart Jr. passed away peacefully at home. He was 100 years old. Thank you for watching. I'm John Balls. World Sport is up next. And then CNN Newsroom continues at the top of the hour with my friend and colleague, Rosemary Church. See you right back here tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I'm John Balls. World Sport is up next. And then CNN Newsroom continues at the top of the hour with my friend and colleague, Rosemary Church. See you right back here tomorrow.
U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas, 10% tax for crude oil, farm equipment, trucks, and big engine cars shipped to China from the United States. Again, these tariffs take effect today, and they join other countermeasures from China, including controls on metal exports, as well as an anti-monopoly investigation into the U.S. tech giant Google. Now, China is striking back after Donald Trump imposed 10% tariffs on Chinese goods, all in a bid to hold China accountable for the fentanyl trade. Now, the U.S. says China is a source for fentanyl precursor chemicals. China has called fentanyl, quote, America's problem, and has filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization. So what material impact, though, will China's retaliatory tariffs have? Well, analysts have said that these tariffs are modest, especially when you compare them to U.S. measures, and that they're more symbolic. They're designed to send a message. But new analysis just out from the Brookings Institution, this came out a couple days ago, says that these tariffs...
What are you doing?
American communities that voted for Donald Trump. I want you to see this. According to this report, the authors at Brookings Institution say this, quote, similar to the 2018 tariffs, the industrial heartland is again bearing a disproportional impact from Chinese retaliation.
What are you doing?
Some of the most intensely affected counties are energy and manufacturing communities in North Dakota, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Alabama, and West Virginia, unquote. And the study also adds that between 400,000 to 700,000 American jobs could be affected. Back to you, John.
Next question. Though, meant to talk, I think, last week on Tuesday. That got pushed back. Donald Trump said the time wasn't appropriate. Will that appropriate time be anytime soon?
That's right. You know, there was an expectation for Trump to speak with Xi Jinping, but then the U.S. president later on said that he was in no hurry to hold talks. And now he is pledging new global steel and aluminum tariffs, or ratcheting up the trade tension out there. Still, we know that economic measures pledged by President Trump just last month have been subject to change. Case in point was when he suspended tariffs on those small packages from China. But observers say are not rolling out a deal, or at least more discussions between Trump and Xi. John.
Christy, thank you. Christy's out live for a second in Hong Kong. With that, we'll take a short break. When we come back, winter storms expected to dump more snow in the U.S. this week. Details on where these new systems are developing. Stay with us, watching CNN.
Cooked books, corporate fat cats, swindling socialites, doped-up cyclists, then yes, more crooked politicians. I have a feeling we won't be running out of those anytime soon.
A new season of United States of Scandal with Jake Tapper, March 9th on CNN.
At Fisher Investments, we may look like other money managers, but we're different.
How so?
We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest. So we don't sell any commission-based products.
Then how do you make money?
We have a simple management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
The clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority by getting to know their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
My eyes, they're dry, uncomfortable, looking for extra hydration. Now there's Blink NutriTears. It works differently than drops. Blink NutriTears is a once daily supplement, clinically proven to hydrate from within, helping your eyes produce more of their own tears. To promote lasting, continuous relief you'll feel day after day. Try Blink NutriTears. A different way to support dry eyes. Blink NutriTears.
I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for. I wish my TV provider let me choose what I pay for and let me call my subscription when I want.
Yes, you're doing good.
Choose and customize your channel later.
3 more
Watch for
little
free.
tasks to perform. We should be good to
Your
go.
best defense against erosion and cavities
We're going to
is
need
strong enamel.
some
Nothing
passive
beats it.
equipment.
I recommend Pronamel Active Shields because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. Try Pronamel mouthwash.
These guys.
Get a True Max
they
protein with
set up
30
a
grams of
warehouse
protein. Those who
behind
try me
Vinewood
felt more
Boulevard in
energy in
Indy.
just 2
Maybe
weeks.
they're getting some of the
Here, I'll
same
say that.
ideas we
In
are.
Sure
Now, I recommend that you get
protein,
the
1
same
gram
band
sugar,
they
and a
have and switch
protein
out the
blend to keep
equipment.
muscles up to
And
7
that way,
hours.
when you make the run, they'll go
Victims
chasing
of
after their own band
mesothelioma
and one
and
of
their
them
families
get
may
away
be
clean
entitled
with
to
the
receive
equipment.
a cash
At the
award
same time,
from the
we'll
estimated
need
$30
these
billion
thermal
in
charges
asbestos
for
trust
the
funds
first
now
door.
available.
Now,
Over $50 billion has been awarded already. If you have been diagnosed with
has a regular
mesothelioma or
contract
lung cancer
very
caused
close
by
across the
asbestos,
city for their
call the
mining
number on your
company.
screen
You
now.
will
We have
attack the
served
convoy
victims
at
of
Clopton
mesothelioma
Bridge
and their
to get the
families
charges
nationwide
and
for over
shipment.
30 years.
Last
We
week,
have successfully
we're going to
recovered
need
hundreds
some
of millions of
bikes.
dollars for
Backstones
thousands of our
really,
clients. Even if a family member
fast
has
ones.
passed due to
I
mesothelioma,
have
you may still be
sourced
entitled to a
some
cash
very,
award. So call
very,
now for your
very
free
fast bikes
evaluation.
indeed.
We want to help victims of
Currently being
mesothelioma and lung cancer,
borrowed
and your
from the
families get the
manufacturer of
financial
a
compensation
group
you deserve
of
from
bikers
the estimated $30 billion
out
in
in,
trust funds now available.
in
If
Sandy
you or a
Shores
loved
and
one has been diagnosed
Albany
with
and
mesothelioma,
all the
call
corners of the country that are still
1-800-217-1487
living in the past.
now,
Anyway,
or
get all
visit
that
us
done,
at
and
mesofund.com.
we'll be good to go. Okay, bye.
Protests in the Spanish capital with thousands demanding their right to dignified was Hurts' first of his 2 touchdown passes in the game. He also ran for 72 yards, which is the most ever rushing yards for a quarterback.
Mild, either at or pretty close to the average high with the exception of Tuesday, but look, several days of rain for at least the next week.
Alison, thank you. All major pieces of wreckage from the American Airlines flight, which collided with the military helicopter, has now been recovered from the Potomac River in Washington. 67 people died when the 2 aircraft collided last month. Investigators say the recovered debris is now being closely examined with hopes that it may reveal what went wrong. Meanwhile, one crash victim, the flight attendant Inez Elder, was remembered Saturday as her remains were flown back to her hometown. Her fellow flight attendants lined up with their flowers to pay their respects. The bodies of all 10 victims from an air crash off the coast of western Alaska have been recovered and identified. The plane, with 1 pilot and 9 passengers, disappeared after takeoff Thursday. The crash site was discovered Friday, southeast of its intended destination. The wreckage of the small Cessna craft is currently on unstable sea ice. Authorities say they'll try to retrieve the wreckage for further analysis when conditions allow. Well, the last surviving Tuskegee Airman has died. Harry Stewart Jr. was among the first black military pilots in the United States. He earned the Distinguished Flying Cross for downing 3 German aircraft during World War II. Stewart was also part of a team of 4 Tuskegee Airmen who won the Air Force Top Gun flying competition in 1949. The Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Museum says Harry Stewart Jr. passed away peacefully at home. He was 100 years old. Thank you for watching. I'm John Balls. World Sport is up next. And then CNN Newsroom continues at the top of the hour with my friend and colleague, Rosemary Terms. See you right back here tomorrow.
COVID-19. I'm not waiting. If it's COVID,
Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not risking it. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body.
Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. Tell your doctor about all medicines, vitamins, and herbal supplements you take, as certain tests or dosage changes of your other medicines may be needed. Tell them if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to be pregnant or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if allergic to its ingredients. Stop taking and call your doctor right away if you have allergic reaction symptoms. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe like anaphylaxis and liver.
In this league, but when you saw Cooper DeJean on his birthday pick off Patrick Mahomes and take it to the house, what was going through your mind?
Man, nothing at that point because I was yelling and screaming. By the time we got the kickoff, my voice was gone. But I was just over there happy for my guy. Coop's a dog, a great guy, a great teammate. I'm so happy.
Right when you walked up, we were talking about just how big of an example Jalen Hurts is. Even for the younger generation. Well, you know what happened to him in 2018, benched in the national championship game, and he just put down his head and just worked and worked and worked to get to where he is. How proud are you to see the performance he's able to put on here tonight?
And, I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him, winning MVP and go out there and ball out. I feel like he's a quarterback. He gets a lot of criticism, and he still goes out there, blocks out the nowhere. He's puts in the work. And if he makes a mistake, if he makes a great play, he's still going to stay right here. He's going to stay level-headed, and his next play mentality with him. So I feel like, as a young guy, that's something I really take from him.
Now, are we going to sleep tonight? And you're going to party until next week? How are you feeling right now? What's it going to be like for the party tonight with your teammates?
Right now, I think there's no plan, but it's just going with the flow type of mentality. I might get into the team plan to fight home and as soon as it's time to get there, I was going to show maybe something a little bit. I don't know, but we have to see.
How did New Orleans treat you as a host city for this Super Bowl? What was this week like for you?
Oh, no, it was great. It was a great town. There's great views, great fans that showed out. Go Birds! They always travel. But it's a great area to be able to play a Super Bowl in.
You worried about the light poles in Philadelphia right now?
Yes, I don't recommend climbing up them. Try to stay down and everybody stay safe. Still go out there and have some fun.
Public service announcement from a Super Bowl champion. Don't climb the poles back in Philly. Congrats, champion. What do you have to say to all your fans back home watching?
Thank you guys for the support. This one was for you. And I'm just like I'm a fan of Philly. I'm so glad that we were able to get one for y'all.
Oh, yeah. Go celebrate. Have fun, man. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a cool moment. Jeremiah Trotter winning the Super Bowl in his rookie season. Now, the heart and soul of that Eagles defense is that defensive line. Jordan Davis, 336 pounds. Jalen Carter, 314 pounds. Just such forces of nature. Both of them coming from the University of Georgia, where they won national championships. Now, both of them Super Bowl champs. And I caught up with Jalen Carter moments after they won. Take a listen.
How's it feel to be a Super Bowl champ?
Man, it feels good, man. You see the smile, you see your family, brother happy, mom happy. Man, this is what it's all about.
What about that performance of your defense?
Oh, my God, bro. Like, this right here, this craziest Super Bowl I ever seen. With defensive players turning up by like 8 sacks this game. It was crazy. You got to give props to that. Really, everybody who made plays too.
How's it feel to be a national champion and a Super Bowl champion?
It's good. I feel good. I wish I got that high school state that we let one, but we move on. We're about to pass to the future and got a goal. Now trying to get a number.
How excited are you for Eagles?
Oh my God, I know the city going crazy right now. I know they're going to make sure everybody be safe, man. We'll be there. Y'all boys be at the parade. We just want all love.
Jalen Carter, just a winner at every level he plays at, as is Brandon Graham. He's one of the 4 Eagles still left from that Super Bowl championship team from 7 years ago, and I also caught up with him as he was celebrating with his family and walking to do some interviews. Take a look.
It feels great, man. Just trying to enjoy it all, man. I ain't in no rush to go nowhere right now.
What do you have to say about that defensive performance? What do you have to say about the defensive performance?
These boys worked their butt off all year. Coach Big, he kept us together. All the coaches, players, everybody that was involved, the practice squad guys, and everybody, they worked their butt off to get to this moment. So I'm thankful.
Now, as I mentioned earlier on in the show, it was just a shocking offensive performance from the Chiefs. 23 yards of offense in that first half. They didn't cross the 50-yard line until 2 minutes left in that third quarter. The reaction on social media was like, this isn't Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But it was that Eagles defense that just had Mahomes running for his life the entire game. And obviously Patrick Mahomes disappointed in his performance. And here's what he had to say after the loss.
Credit to the Eagles, man. They played better than us from start to finish. We didn't start how we wanted to. Obviously, the turnovers hurt. And, I take all the blame for that. Just those early turnovers swing the momentum of the game, and then they capitalized on them, and they scored. They scored on the one, and then they got a touchdown immediately after. So that's 14 points that I kind of gave them, and it's hard to come back from that in the Super Bowl. And so just didn't play to my standard, and I have to be better next time.
They all hurt. You get this far. You battled your tail off to get this far. Very, very hard to do. And it's we spent a lot of time doing this, and it's not a hobby, right? So we're in it the whole way, and spent a lot of hours doing it as players, as coaches. So it's going to hurt. They all hurt when you get to this level, and these things happen. Repeat aside or any of that stuff. That you get this far and you don't play as well as you want to. It hurts.
Yeah, it certainly does hurt for the Chiefs and their fans. Patrick Mahomes now dropping to 3-2 in his 5 Super Bowls. Now, the moment that Eagles fans will certainly remember from this one probably is that Cooper DeJean touchdown interception return in the second quarter. And that is our one-play here on this World Sport. And at this entire, we were sitting there, Eagles fans, and I couldn't tell you, they were jumping up and down, going crazy. What a moment for DeJean. 22 years old today, a rookie had that moment in the Super Bowl. It's a moment that Eagles fans, and I'm sure DeJean and his family, will never forget. But that'll do it for this edition of World Sport. The Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl 59 champions, winning 40-22 on this field here at the Superdome. Stay with us here on CNN. We'll have much more coverage from the Super Bowl coming up.
Nothing is what it seems in the Lockerbie story.
Want a next level clean? Switch with the Whoa of Listerine. It kills 99.9% of bad breath germs for 5 times more cleaning power than brushing and flossing alone. Get a next level clean with Listerine. Feel the Whoa.
The games are pumping.
Dad, is Movie Finance broke?
Should switch careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, the Asian market's blowing up. Hey, who wants shots, huh? Shots? A milk.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
Love will keep us together. Now for something you can both agree on. A Sleep Number smart bed is perfect for couples. The Climate 360 smart bed is the only bed that cools and warms on each side. And all our smart beds adjust the firmness for each of you. Let's agree to agree on better sleep. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add a base, plus 0% interest for 48 months. Shop now.
Subway's got a new meal of the day. Chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a footlong for only $3 more. Huh, big hungry. Is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your fresh, the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
Life, diabetes. There's no slowing down. Each day is a unique blend of people to see and things to do. That's why you choose Glucerna to help manage blood sugar response. Uniquely designed with Carb Steady. Glucerna. Bring on the day.
My eyes, they're dry, uncomfortable, looking for extra hydration. Now there's Blink NutriTears. It works differently than drops. Blink NutriTears is a once daily supplement, clinically proven to hydrate from within.
helping your eyes produce more of their own tears to promote lasting, continuous relief you'll feel day after day. Try Blink NutriTears, a different way to support dry eyes.
I'm chatting with a live H&R Block tax expert. It makes doing our taxes online so easy. There's also this AI tax assist for help whenever you need it.
I think I need it.
Do your own taxes online with H&R Block and get unlimited expert help for free.
Okay, guys. Yeah, without scary side effects. When you can find a product that can take that away to the point that you can live your life again, that's a miracle to me.
Get a complimentary sample just like texting love to 321321. Instaflex Advanced targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness with a unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies.
I loved this product. I'm telling you it works.
Instaflex Advanced is the #1 selling joint brand at GNC, but you can only get your complimentary sample by texting love to 321321. Plus, text now, and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream for fast-acting relief, absolutely free. Text LOVE to 321321 today.
This is CNN, the world's news network.
Hello and welcome to our viewers joining us here in the United States, around the world, and streaming us on CNN App. I'm Rosie Church. Just a bit. Philadelphia partying into the night after the Eagles' dominant performance in New Orleans, taking down the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Eagles' second Super Bowl. Trump vows new tariffs, announcing plans to unveil new costs for all steel and aluminum imports. And Elon Musk's Doge team gained more access to federal data, including personal information from Americans who have received disaster relief from the government.
Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with Rosemary Jones.
Good to have you with us. The Philadelphia Eagles have denied the Kansas City Chiefs a three-peat. They won Super Bowl 59 in dominating fashion in New Orleans, coming away with a 40-22 victory. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was named the game's MVP after throwing 2 touchdown passes and running for another while rushing for 72 yards, a Super Bowl record for a quarterback. Well, Philly fans celebrated the convincing win, sweet revenge for the Eagles, who lost to the Chiefs on a late field goal in Super Bowl 57 2 years ago. And World Sports' Andy Scholes joins us now from the Superdome in New Orleans. Great to see you, Andy. So it was a Super Bowl beatdown. Take us through the highlights.
Rosemary, we came into the Super Bowl here in New Orleans thinking we may see some history. Would the Chiefs be the first team ever to win back-to-back-to-back Super Bowls? But instead, we got a different kind of history, and it was a historic performance from this Eagles defense. We'll show you how it all went down. Patrick Mahomes, one of the most clutch players ever in the history of the NFL, but he had arguably the worst game of his career in this one. It's the first time ever Mahomes has thrown multiple interceptions and got sacked at least 3 times and a half in his career, and he did it here in Super Bowl 59. And it was that Eagles defensive line just constantly putting pressure on him. Mahomes making 2 very uncharacteristic mistakes, throwing a pick 6 to Cooper DeJean, the 22-year-old rookie on his birthday, returning it for a touchdown. That was really a backbreaker. Made it 17-0 in the second quarter. Mahomes into another pick before halftime that led to another Eagles touchdown. It was 24-0 at halftime, and the way the Eagles defense was playing, that lead looked insurmountable, especially with the way quarterback Jalen Hurts was playing. He only threw 5 incompletions the whole game. He was basically perfect other than 1 interception. He threw 2 touchdowns, 1 to A.J. Brown, a perfect pass to Devontae Smith in the second half. He also ran for a score on a push. He had 72 yards rushing, the most ever for a quarterback rushing in the Super Bowl. He was your MVP as the Eagles. The score was 40-22, but it wasn't even that close. The Chiefs scored a couple garbage touchdowns that made them feel a little bit better about this performance. But make no mistake, this was a dominant performance from this Philadelphia Eagles team. And here's what Hurts had to say afterwards.
Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. And we saw how they played today. We saw the difference they made in the game. And they gave us opportunities, gave us short fields. And
we're able to do what we do. I'm still processing it, but just can't wait to enjoy this with my family. And soak it in.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the defense for the Eagles just dominant. They didn't allow the Chiefs to get past the 50-yard line until 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Unbelievable. And Patrick Mahomes, he now falls to 3-2 in Super Bowls. And obviously was not very happy with his team's performance afterwards. Here's what he had to say.
Credit to the Eagles, man. They played better than us from start to finish. We didn't start how we wanted to. Obviously, the turnovers hurt. And, I take all the blame for that. Just those early turnovers swing the momentum of the game, and then they capitalized on them, and they scored on the one, and then they got a touchdown immediately after. So that's 14 points that I kind of gave them, and it's hard to come back from that in the Super Bowl. And so just didn't play to my standard, and I have to be better next time.
Yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen the last from Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl. We'll wait and see how the Chiefs rebound from this loss. But Rosemary, a great week here in New Orleans. They put on such a great show. President Trump, the first ever sitting president to come to a Super Bowl, was here. Taylor Swift, a lot of fun moments. Kendrick Lamar put on a good performance. So all around, the score and the game might not have been the best, but all around Super Bowl in New Orleans, 59 was pretty good.
Yep, quite a night. Andy Scholes in New Orleans joining us there with that live report. Appreciate it. Well, just ahead of Sunday's big game, U.S. President Donald Trump laid out several new policy plans. He says he'll announce new tariffs this week, starting on Monday, including a 25% duty on all imported steel and aluminum. And he plans to announce massive new reciprocal tariffs. CNN's Betsy Klein is following the latest developments.
President Donald Trump continuing to flood the zone with content, speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One for about 30 minutes as he made his way to New Orleans to attend the Super Bowl on Sunday. President Trump announced that he would be unveiling reciprocal tariffs on countries that tariff the U.S. on Tuesday or Wednesday at a press conference. He also unveiled plans on Monday to announce steel and aluminum tariffs at a rate of 25%. That is 25% on all steel and aluminum imports coming into the U.S. Both of these moves taken together mark Trump making good on a key campaign promise of his 2024 campaign. President Trump also doubled down on his plans to redevelop Gaza, telling reporters aboard Air Force One to, quote, think of it as a big real estate site. Take a look.
I think that it's a big mistake to allow people, the Palestinians or the people living in Gaza, to go back yet another time. And we don't want Hamas going back. And think of it as a big real estate site. And the United States is going to own it and will slowly, very slowly, we're in no rush, develop it with
Trump again suggested that other Middle Eastern countries would house displaced Palestinians in what he described as, quote, beautiful sites. But we should note that most regional leaders, with the exception of Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, have rejected these plans. We should also note that 90% of Gaza residents have been displaced and many have been forced to move repeatedly, according to the United Nations. So all of this will be a major topic for discussion later this week when President Trump hosts the King of Jordan at the White House in Washington. Betsy Klein, CNN, traveling with the president in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Meantime, President Trump is ramping up his aggressive overhaul of the federal government. Employees at America's top financial watchdog were told not to come into the office this week. The headquarters for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in Washington, D.C. will be temporarily closed, according to an email obtained by CNN. It comes after the newly installed acting director, Russell Holtz, ordered the employees to stop virtually all of their work on Saturday night. As Elon Musk's Doge team tries to slash federal spending, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is confirming that they have access to her agency's data. That includes personal data from Americans who've received disaster relief funds. Here's what she told CNN's Dana Bash on Sunday. remember a time when Republicans were very careful about and worried about the government, particularly unelected people.
Well, we can't trust the government anymore.
Having access to personal data.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You are the government.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that the American people now are saying that we have had our personal information shared and out there in the public.
Musk has access to it.
Yeah, but Elon Musk is part of the administration that is helping us identify where we can find savings and what we can do, and he has gone through the processes to make sure that he has the authority.
You're totally
the president has granted him. I am today by the work that he's doing by identifying waste, fraud, and abuse.
In a Super Bowl interview with Fox News, President Trump defended Elon Musk's first remaking the federal government. Trump contends he has a mandate from the American people to eliminate wasteful spending and offered praise for the billionaire.
I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Joining us now is CNN senior political analyst Ron Brownstein. He's in Los Angeles. Appreciate you being with us.
Hey, Rosemary.
So the Trump administration appears to be testing the limits of presidential power with these big cuts to the federal government. Now the courts are blocking some of the unprecedented access to government that billionaire Elon Musk and his Doge team are getting, while Vice President J.D. Vance says judges are not allowed to control. Where do you see all of this going?
All of it is heading directly toward the U.S. Supreme Court, over a period of months and maybe even years. And ultimately, I think the key arbiters on what America's constitutional democracy looks like at the end of this Trump term are going to be those 6 Republican-appointed justices on the Supreme Court. J.D. Vance's comments today were, there are 2 ways to interpret them. I mean, the relatively more benign interpretation, only relatively, is that he was sending a clear signal to those Republican-appointed justices of how the administration hopes for them to rule, with an expansive vision of presidential power that would allow Trump to make substantial alterations in the operations of the executive branch without changing the underlying statutes. It would obviously be a change from American history. The even more ominous implication of what Vance was saying is that he was repeating something he has argued before, which is that the president should simply ignore court decisions that he disagrees with. And that would set us on a course for a constitutional crisis of the like that we really haven't seen in this country since the Civil War.
And Ron, meantime, Donald Trump says he will announce reciprocal tariffs Tuesday or Wednesday and 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum in the hours ahead, saying he plans to smack tariffs on any steel coming into the U.S. What is the likely impact of all this?
Well, the steel and aluminum tariffs he did in his first term, and the economy absorbed them. The reciprocal tariffs that he's talking about are much broader. Almost all of the U.S. top trading partners, I believe, have higher tariffs overall on our goods than we have on theirs. So the clear implication of what Trump is talking about is to raise tariffs on goods coming into America from a wide array of countries. And of course, he has talked today, he has said today that Mexico and Canada are not making sufficient progress on the issues that he's concerned about, and the tariffs, the 25% tariffs that he threatened and then withdrew on them could be coming at the end of this month. Donald Trump believes in tariffs. He believes that tariffs both will strengthen our domestic manufacturing capacity, and he also wants to shift the funding from the federal government away from income taxes toward tariffs, which is another way of shifting the burden from the wealthy toward the middle class. So, he keeps going up to the brink and backing off, but at some point he is going to go over the brink. I mean, he does believe in tariffs, and I think it is only a matter of time that we are looking at higher tariffs, which is going to put, obviously, enormous strain on the core reason he got elected, which is that Americans thought he would make their cost of living more affordable than they felt it was under Joe Biden.
And President Trump also repeated his goal to own and develop Gaza. He said it would be a big mistake to let Palestinians return to the enclave, insisting again that regional nations should take in Palestinians, despite those countries. So why is Trump still pushing this, given the global outrage when he first mentioned it?
Well, I think as we talked about right at the outset in January, almost all of the constraints on Trump that limited him in his first term are gone. In his first term, he had to appoint a number of officials, particularly in the national security area, who were not really part of his MAGA movement or loyal to him. There were concessions to other power centers in the Republican Party. All of that is gone. He does not really have anybody in the administration who is likely to say no to him. The Republicans in Congress, last time he had Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan as the leader in the Senate and the House, who were dubious of him in the least. This time, not so much. And so, what you're getting is Trump more unfiltered, and there are obvious advantages of that to him, and that he can pursue his agenda with less pushback. But it also means that his tendency to go to extremes. There's not somebody in the room to say, "Sir, do you really want to do this, or is this a place where we need to be?" So, there's a tendency when Trump says something truly outlandish, like the U.S. should own Gaza and redevelop it as some sort of Mediterranean Riviera, to say that it's just Trump spouting off. I think in the second term, you're going to see him consistently push these ideas more than most people would assume when they first hear them.
And Ron, Donald Trump was the first sitting U.S. president to attend the Super Bowl, but it didn't quite work out the way he'd hoped, backing the losing team. So what were the optics of the president flying in for the big game at taxpayer expense?
Well, look, I think Trump has been very skilled throughout. I mean, he is a billionaire who has been married 3 times from Manhattan. And he has convinced a lot of working class, evangelical, culturally conservative America that he is one of them, that he kind of lives their life, that he, rather eat, fast food than high cuisine, and that he kind of shares their cultural preoccupation. So going to the Super Bowl, I think, was very much on brand for him, maybe not as much as going to some of the Ultimate Fighting championships and some of the Manosphere blogs and podcasts that they've appeared on. But it is, he has had this really remarkable ability to kind of create a cultural affinity with voters whose lives he really has had nothing in common with throughout his own life.
Ron Brownstein, always a pleasure to get your analysis on all things political. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Still to come, President Donald Trump says he has spoken to Russian President Vladimir Putin and he's hoping the war in Ukraine ends fast. We'll have the details on that conflict after a short break. Stay with
us. Love will keep us together. Now for something you can both agree on. A Sleep Number smart bed is perfect for couples. The Climate 360 smart bed is the only bed that cools and warms on each side. And all our smart beds adjust the firmness for each of you. Let's agree to agree on better sleep. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add a base, plus 0% interest for 48 months. Shop now.
This tiny home trend, not for me. Now, this is more like it. The same goes for my footwear. So I went hands-free with wide-fit Skechers slip-ins. Just step in and go without bending down or touching my shoes. Wide-fit, hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something? Nope. Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm gonna go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket. Can I come? Only room for one.
How am I getting home?
Sitting on my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine. But I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's going to all work out. Thanks, future me.
Life, diabetes. There's no slowing down. Each day is a unique blend of people to see and things to do. That's why you choose Glucerna to help manage blood sugar response. Uniquely designed with Carb Steady. Glucerna. Bring on the day.
Introducing 2 new Baja Chipotle subs featuring our world-famous Baja Chipotle sauce. Listen, that's the Baja Chipotle talking. Well, it's actually me talking, but you know what I mean. Find your fresh with the new Baja Chipotle collection at Subway.
I told you I don't need these anymore. Sling. This critical time calls for the critical news coverage that Sling provides.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
The most important news at the best price. Sling lets you do that.
Here's to getting better with age.
Here's to beating these two every Thursday.
Help fuel today with Boost High Protein. Complete nutrition you need and the flavor you love. So here's to now. Now available, Boost Max.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
By sitting down.
And reclining back.
We work full-time and we parent full-time.
We will be reclining until further notice.
It's our right to let the dishes soak overnight.
And to mow the lawn tomorrow with Ish.
We proudly declare that, yes, we are still watching that.
And no, we will be.
We, the lazy, are taking back lazy.
By getting comfy on our Lazy Boy furniture.
Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us. Wow.
I'm Josh Johnson, and I play for 14 different teams. But I'm switching to Straight Talk for good. They got plans starting at $25 a month with real unlimited data. Mama, great news.
From recent grads to rising stars to living legends.
You got this.
Thank you. Vanguard Retirement Solutions. 50 years helping investors be well on their way to their financial goals.
Ukraine approaches its 3rd anniversary, U.S. President Donald Trump told the New York Post that he has spoken to his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, and he hopes the war ends, quote, fast.
What do you guys want to tell us about your conversation with President Putin? Can you clarify whether you had that since you've been in office or whether it happened before you became?
I've had it. Let's just say I've had it. And I expect to have many more conversations. We have to get that war ended. It's going to end, and we have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended soon. Should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president.
Meantime, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is saying that he is ready to negotiate with Putin if certain conditions are met.
If I had an understanding that America and Europe would not abandon us and that they would support us and provide security guarantees, I would be ready for any format of negotiations.
Jill Doherty is an adjunct professor at Georgetown University and former CNN Moscow bureau chief. She joins me now from Washington. Always good to have you.